Constitution.
You see? But back in my
The
story,
Declaration of
the body that
Independence.
communicate.
11 people signed it.
You know, you gotta
So that's what the 11 scribes represent. You see, the red represents that was shared because when the free slaves went,
but take it easy now, they can hear you breathing outside.
and they share each other's blood. So that's why it's for. Then the
Now the
white,
thing is, the body that communicate with you. There's a pin that runs from the right side of
that
the
means
chest
I'm
across the
supposed to
heart.
love you and you're supposed
So
to
you know
love
that
me.
when we hear that pin,
Because we are brothers and sisters.
if your body in the air, let it stay there.
Okay? So that's what that means. That's
Do
our
not bring
symbol.
it down. Let it stay right where it is.
Dehkontee Artists
Stand to the
Theatre.
wall and try to get some oxygen.
Company.
Oh yeah.
Because when I called my name, they wanted to know where I'm from. So I started to give them. I worked
So,
with
man.
most people, so that's
Push them.
that's good.
When somebody says, why you beating this? Why you beating this?
I'm the director of Dehkontee Artists
So she said,
Theatre.
small boy, yo.
And we're going to be
She said,
performing.
but how is
We
he?
got a children's feast
She said,
theater.
I see.
Adults will be performing as well.
The whole song. The pastor said, thank God for coming today.
Ship
Hold on.
that the
This thing you got.
slaves
Ho.
got on
Whoa, that's why you gotta
Liberia.
that's why you gotta join me. So the pastor changed the whole song, pastor like thank God for coming today. So the pastor's part, you gotta place that steps. The pastor's not coming down, pastor say, I never knew that heavy was man. You gotta pick up the money. Hold on.
To Liberia.
It gets really serious. It got really serious. So the pastor wanted the money.
They represent
So
the
the deacons spend the
dignity
money
of
also.
labor and self-sacrifice.
So the deacons are speaking to us. Deacons are there with the body. 50-50. Why is someone thank God for coming today?
Because Liberia is the oldest independent republic in Africa. So it was something very new.
In the meantime, another level for spend the money also.
We had kings and queens.
That really tough. So it's like the pastor came back and tried to pick up the money. I never knew that heavy was, man.
Okay.
Because the money was still $100. So he said, you never knew 100. I mean, our heavy was big. So the little boy spied, the little boy went in the middle and stepped on the money.
We got to get
One day I never Pentecostal pastor like to speak in tongues.
president like
So
here.
the Pentecostal pastor went inside the ball. He hit the ball.
Pardon me?
Better give me $5 the 10.
Well, so far so good. You know, we had a civil war. You know, and now after the
But
civil
the little
war,
boy was
we're trying to
determined,
make
right? He didn't want to go.
peace so that we
So he
can
stood on the
reconcile.
money. The little boy went right there. The pastor hit him, went right there. In fact, the church pastor said, you better go to your other place and dance.
What started the civil war is you see these people, they came and many indigenous people, right?
So they got
Like us. So
they
when
got
they
very
got
serious.
there,
They was still singing. This is a whole service going on. The pastor is saying,
inclusive
I
democracy.
never knew that heaven was mine. Everything was there with divided 50-50. Because you just find it going to
No,
give us a very,
we're
very wide.
sending back to America
That money
because,
pastor,
you
you
know,
take it up,
in the African
we have a
tradition,
divided 50-50.
where we welcome our brothers and
So the pastor came back to the boy
So
again.
it took some time
Pastor hit the button.
in order for us to begin to legal for indigenous people to be part of the government. And
I will
so
let
far we
everybody
only have
know.
one indigenous president of Liberia, who was told Samuel Kanye, he was the first. After 130 some more years, he was the first person. It's something like Obama. You know, like here in the United States. All along it's always been a white man or ruling America. Obama became president. He was the first black,
Thank you very much.
you know, African American president.
We have reached a very
That's the same
important
thing
part
in
of the
Liberia. The
program.
first indigenous
As you see
president
here,
of Liberia
beautiful
was
line
Samuel
behind the
Kanye.
stage.
Okay.
The flag
That's
representing the various counties of
the
Liberia.
country
And
represents
they all in
versatility.
alphabetical order.
Because the palm
So we will
tree,
call
you can get
out
coconut from
not
it,
necessarily
you can get palm
the order of
nuts, you can
prominence,
get
but
palm
just because of the
wine, you can get palm
alphabetical
oil,
order. And people from these various counties, supporters of the county, friends of the county,
they're
as we
brewed
call out the
and all of
county,
that.
one
So that's
person
what it represents. It shows that our country is rich. You know, it's versatile. And so the rising sun, this rising sun tells you that Liberia at that time was the genesis of self-rule for the black man in Africa. So that's what it represents. So let's come here.
So we'll start off by asking.
This is the national flag of Liberia. It has only one star, right? Unlike the United States, a flag that has how many stars?
We have these counters
50.
and they are in
All of them
order,
have one.
alphabetical
This, we
order.
call it the Lone
From
Star
left to right, you have bombing counters.
because Liberia was the first
You have bone counted.
independent
Bakulu,
in Africa.
Grand
So the
Bassa
star
counter,
represents the fact that they were the
Grand
first
County.
independent republic in Africa.
Grand Gita counter,
How many stripes do you see
Grand
on the
Crew
flag?
counter, Yosa counter, Magui counter,
11, right?
Middleland
Or the
counter,
11 stripes represent the 11
Monserrato
signatories
counter,
to the Declaration of Independence.
Nimba counter,
That's what it represents. The blue
Riverside county.
represents valor.
River G
It
counter,
represents that we are
and Sino counter.
of culture,
From left to right.
bravery,
Bummy.
and courage.
The
And that's what the
first flag.
blue represents. And
Bum
the
counter
red
next,
represents
the Bummy.
the blood because when the
After Bummy is
slaves
Bakulu,
went,
Bakulu is the
they had
third
a lot of
counter.
skirmishes, had a lot of wars, you know, with the indigenous people
The
over
names are on the
land,
flag.
over the rule,
Please look there.
and all that kind of stuff. And
The
it's
upper
shed
part
blood.
of the flag,
So that's what the red is for. And then of course the white is for purity because we are supposed to love one another and live in peace. So that's what the white is for. Okay. My productions. I'm a theater director, actor, and playwright. So these are productions from my plays from Dehkontee Artists Theatre. Okay, it's 38 years old now. We're celebrating our 38th anniversary this year. Yeah, it was organized at the University of Liberia in 1977. And then I came here and organized the year too. So pretty soon
Please,
you'll
all of the
see a lot of
counters.
stuff from us.
you don't
And
have
this
to come from that
afternoon
counter, but you can come and just show solidarity and support.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
Nimba
So
counter
yes,
is,
you're welcome. So this afternoon, the kids,
Nimba is at 12.
the children's peace theater will be performing around about 3:30.
Grand Gita is at 6. Yes, Grand Gita right here,
Then later
number 6.
we have the adults. I will be acting too. Okay. I will be thrown down. Okay. So
Fishburne over there. He's back with Lawrence Fishburne.
Please come let us support the counters.
That's Jerry Rollins, right? No, Lawrence Fishburne. Actor.
We have 2 counters for which we feel ready. Feel free to come and join the community. These are places your parents and grandparents.
good afternoon to everyone. I would like to have your attention, please, because we have the Children's Peace Theatre of Dehkontee Artists Theatre coming up to do a performance. And I want you to please listen to the children very keenly because they have a message for all of you. They have a message of peace. And the message of peace cannot come from anybody better than the children. The children will be telling their story to you, and I want you to please pay attention. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would like to present the Dehkontee Artists Children's Peace Theatre. Please give them a rousing hand of applause. Thank you.
I was born in the United States of America of an African American mother and a Liberian father. My mother is African American because long ago, blacks from the continent of Africa were sold as slaves and brought to America and the other Western world during the slave trade. Africa is the second largest continent in the world, and there are 55 internationally recognized independent countries in Africa. Africa is divided into North, South, East, and West Africa. And my father is from the West African nation called Liberia. He came to the United States. He came to the United States as a child due to Liberian Civil War. Therefore, I am an American Liberian. But, like thousands of other American Liberian children with the same status as I long to visit Liberia. the home of my ancestors someday.
Thank you. That was my grandson, Jiedueh Baba. Give him a big hand clap again. Come, baby.
I love my American and Liberian grandmothers, and I enjoy spending time with my American and Liberian relatives and friends. I love traveling around the United States and seeing beautiful cities like Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, and other cities in the States. However, I do not know what Liberia looks like, so I'd like to go to Liberia to visit the various counties, cities, villages, towns, and where my ancestors came from. I cherish the foods that my grandmothers cook. My American grandmother cooks nice foods such as boiled collard greens, baked turkey, mac and cheese, string beans, and mashed potatoes and gravy. While I enjoy my Liberian grandmother's delicious Liberian dishes. I love grandma's cornbread, her delicious potato greens, palm butter, chicken rice and gravy, and fufu soup.
Give her a big hand clap, please. That was Jiedueh Baba.
I was born a United States citizen of Liberian parents who came to the United States as kids. Though I have visited my native land once and have heard great things about Liberia, I pray to visit Liberia someday again to meet more Liberian relatives and see more places in Liberia. I love the wonderful stories my parents have told me about the different tribes in Liberia. My dad taught me that there are 15 counties or political subdivisions in Liberia. Monserrato, Grand Bassa, Sino, Grand Cape Mount, Maryland, Grand Jiedueh, Nimba, Bon, Lofa, Grand Cru, Riverses, Magibi, Bapulu, Bomi, and River G.
Give her a big hand clap. These are things we are supposed to be teaching our children. And I am here along with the Dehkontee Artists people to do this for Liberians in the diaspora. You will be hearing from us and we will call on you for your support because it requires a lot of money and other energies to get people trained to train these kids so that they can know about their homeland, Liberia. The next child is coming up and I want you to please listen to what she has to say. Come, baby.
I pray there will be no more war in Liberia. I pray Liberians will love one another, hold hands, and live as brothers and sisters in this Africa's oldest republic. I pray that the rule of law will be restored, that the children of Liberia will have access to quality, education, and health care. This will make Liberia a sweet land of liberty by God's command.
Thank you. This little girl is asking that there will be no more war in Liberia. She is praying that Liberians will hold hands as brothers and sisters and that there will be good education, quality education, and good health care for all children. So please give our last participant a big hand clap. And that was Mackenzie Baba. Thank you very much. This ends the performance of the Children's Peace Theater. The adult theater will be coming on later on when I shall be presenting something to you on stage. Are you ready for that? I can't hear you. Okay, I will give you a 26th Street. Thank you.
Can we give the Children's Theatre a big hand? Weren't they wonderful? They definitely were. I'm not hearing. Are we falling asleep? Let me hear you. A big applause. Thank you very much. Let the children understand the significance of the flag, the national flag, and then the seal of Liberia.
Jiedueh, I call you. Jiedueh, I call you. It's time for school. It's time to educate our children. Bring all the children here to me. Suffer the little children to come unto me, said Jesus Christ. Bring the children, bring the children. Bring the children, let me educate them. All right, kids, you will have to be very quiet because I'm going to tell you a story about Liberia, okay? Are you with me? If you are with me, say yay! Yippee, yippee! No, you're not shaking yourself. You're supposed to shake yourself a little bit. Yippee, yippee! Okay, very good. All right, the first thing we're going to start with is the flag of Liberia. This is the flag of Liberia. Anytime you see this flag, it should remind you of where your parents came from. And I'm going to explain to you what the symbols here represent. Okay? We will start with the star. Like the United States flag, how many stars does the United States flag have? Can anybody tell me? How many? The Liberian, the American flag. How many? No, 50. 50. They have 50 stars. But the Liberian flag has only one star. And we call that the Lone Star of Africa. Long ago, there were no nations like the way you have nations here in the West, in America, and in Europe. So the free slaves that went back to Africa, they established a nation state called Liberia. And because Liberia was the oldest and only independent nation on the continent of Africa, the star here represents that, okay? The blue field here represents bravery. The people were very brave. Liberians are brave people, okay? And you see the stripes, there are 1, 2, 3, come along with me, let's go, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. There are 11 stripes on the Liberian flag. The 11 stripes represent the 11 signatories to the Declaration of Independence. The 11 people signed the paper to declare to the world that Liberia was an independent nation. And they did that on July 26th, which will be tomorrow. That's why we are all gathered here today. The red represents the blood that was shed among those that came from America and the native people that are back on the ground. They had some wars and all of that. And of course, they shed blood. And the white is for purity and peace. As Liberians, we love peace. The white represents peace. Now this is the Liberian National Seal. The Liberian National Seal you see here, it says, "The love of liberty brought us here." That was what the free slaves said when they landed in Liberia. They left America because they wanted to be free. So they went to Liberia to establish themselves as an independent nation. Within the shield of the seal is the white dove. The white dove carrying a scroll in its mouth. It represents a sign of peace. Okay? You see the ship? This is the 19th century ship
that the settlers traveled on from America to go to Liberia. Beneath the ship, you have the shovel and the wheelbarrow. They represent the dignity of labor, that you have to work for what you eat, what you live for, you have to work for it. So it represents the dignity of labor and self-sacrifice. And then, of course, the palm tree is a versatile plant. The palm tree, you can get palm kernels from it, you can get palm nuts from it, you can get palm butter from it, you can get palm cabbage from it, you can get palm wine from it, a whole lot of things you can get from the palm tree. So that's what this represents. And of course, this seal is the seal of the Republic of Liberia. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you, and we have some children read a book that I wrote at the Dehkontee stand. You can go there and buy a storybook for your children. Please take them to the stand and spend some money. Okay, good, you got that. All right, this is a copy of the book, The Frost and Black Snake in Frostville, a fireside story. You got to teach the children about your culture. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Barbara. Can we give him a big hand? Yes. This is what this event is all about. That our young people also learn about our country, our very rich history. We'll have some music.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the third time around, we'd like to welcome Dr. Joe Bauer.
As a poll, my area there for me, please.
Everybody got it right here. You got that one side. Funny ball. Just for the OG. OG guy who know hero.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we are pleased to present the Dehkontee Artists Theatre. We will be doing 3 monologues that I wrote. The first one is, I'm proud to be an African American. That will be enacted by Timothy Gardner, the Vice President of Dehkontee Artists Theatre. He also happens to be an African American citizen of the United States of America. His presentation will be followed by the Liberian flag, which will be presented by James Christian Waugh Sr., the president of Dehkontee Artists Theatre. And finally, I will be coming on to speak on the seal. Now, I want you to listen to the message, because in the message we are telling you things that we can do to bring about peace and reconciliation in Liberia. So I hope that you will listen very keenly, because this is one way that we can peacefully resolve our misunderstanding and to live together as brothers and sisters. At this time, it is my pleasure to present Mr. Timothy Gardner, featuring I Am Proud to be an African American. Please give him a big hand of applause. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
May I have everyone's attention, please? I am proud to be an African American. I am a proud black man born in America, born in the Western Hemisphere far away from home. But I know for sure my ancestors came from Africa because my forefather had passed the story on to me in a dream and inspired me to never forsake my roots and my being. Because a tree without roots cannot stand or grow leaves. Because of the regal blood of my ancestries that flows through my veins and my entire being, that reflects my resilience and character as a black man, no matter what the tides of time may bring my way. But sadly, though, my teachers had told me in the classroom that my ancestors was brought to America as slaves, and that I'm only 3/5 of a human being, not worth anything, with no rights but to till the soils of Southern plantation and grow the economies of Europe and America, while Mother Africa self-destroys in war and abject poverty. But what I was not told was that I am a descendant of the great pharaohs of Egypt, emperor of the Songhai Empire, that I'm heirs of kings and queens of Exum and Nubia, that civilization originated from the Nile River valleys and spread throughout the universe from east to west and from north to south. I was not told that Africa is a great continent blessed with human and natural resources, silver, gold, diamond, bauxite, and all the beautiful human beings that make blacks so proud and beautiful. Amen. Amen. Yes, through the history of Liberia, every black man and woman can take pride in the unbreakable bond that binds together all blacks in the world, to actually take pride in the unbreakable bond that cannot be destroyed by man-made pearls and ploys. I am proud to be an African American. I am a proud black man born in America, born far away from home, but I know for sure that my ancestors came from Africa. Thank you.
Next is Mr. Wah, and he's going to be talking on the Liberian national flag. Put it up there. I want you to listen to his arguments. There is an argument going on, or debate, or national debate, that I want you to listen to. Thank you.
Good afternoon to all. My name is James K. Warr. I am the president of Dehkontee Artists Theatre, Inc. We are honored to be here today to celebrate this very special occasion. And Dehkontee Artists has been in existence for about 38 years by founder, renowned writer, Dr. Joseph Waba. Would like to solicit your support to continue this endeavor. Today, I'm going to be presenting a monologue written by Dr. Waba, and it is entitled The Liberian Flag. Today, as we celebrate Liberia's 168th Independence Day anniversary, let us focus on national symbols that binds us as one. And one of such symbols is the Liberian Lone Star flag, one national emblem to which all Liberians should continuously pledge their allegiance. So
So even though more than a century ago, the founding fathers had their own explanation of what the colors and each emblem on the flag meant to them, but today, those symbols take a new but similar meaning to us. Because Liberia is comprised of indigenous and settlers alike, both of whom migrated to Liberia due to the love of liberty. So its interpretations should reflect the wishes of all Liberians. Whilst the white star in the upper left-hand corner of the Lone Star flag represented the freedom the ex-slaves were given by the Southern Plantation slave masters. Yet, not all Liberians were ex-slaves, to say the least. So the white star should symbolize the freedom which all Liberians, indigenous and settlers alike, may be free to live in liberty and justice and faithfulness for all. The blue star, of course, depicts our rich culture and heritage as Africans. The blue star signifies that we are dependents of the civilization of the Blue Nile River Valley. The blue fields also specifies our belief in the pursuit of liberty, justice, and faithfulness that we must uphold through taking team and to reign and shine. The red straps represent the 11 signatories, meaning the 6 red straps and 5 white straps signify the 11 signatories to the Liberian Declaration of Independence. 11 astute and brave compatriots whose footsteps we must continue to emulate. Whilst the red tells of the blood that was spilled by both indigenous and settlers alike. And it also signifies the courage and valor it took our forefathers in order to forge their minds and hearts to build a new and burgeoning democracy on Africa's verdant green coast. And so the white on our national ensigns commands us to always be pure at heart towards each other as compatriots, as our sons and daughters of Africa's oldest independent republic. Thus, the Lone Star flag is not just a simple national banner that should fly above public buildings and wall posts without its true meaning being told, but rather it heralds a clarion call to remind all Liberians in the world that Liberians are a sovereign people, that Liberians are one people and one nation under God's command. Thank you.
This is an ode to the national seal. Liberia, our sweet land of liberty. Through the Liberian national seal, that splendid coat of arms that you stand for and that set the tone and stage to prove to the world that the black man was capable of self-rule. Liberia, our sweet land of liberty, you signaled the dawn of a new millennium of sovereignty and self-preservation, and you dismissed the naive brainwave of the civilized world that your sons and daughters were unfit to rule themselves. Liberia, land of the free, diverse cultures, land that blends in one the Kwa and Mandate cultures, you are Africa's shining lone star forever. The shining lone star that led the guard of Mother Africa over a century past. Yes, you are the lux in tenebrae, the light in darkness that dispelled the spell of ignorance and oppression from the continent of the black race and made Mother Africa the beacon of liberty. Liberia, our sweet land of liberty, you provided a safe haven, a land of promise and self-determination for indigenous and American Liberians alike. And you embraced with open arms and joy all free men and women of color who voyaged to your verdant coast on board the stormy Atlantic in search of the universal rights and freedom and the love of liberty that brought us here. Above your noble seal, the pioneers clearly proclaimed the love of liberty brought us here. But regrettably, nowhere within the frame of your coat of arms is there a mention of natives to reflect a flourishing, inclusive democracy that thus confirms the glorious notion and adage that the love of liberty brought us here. Also, within the frame of your shield of arms, and above the 19th century ship, that brought the pioneers on board the stormy Atlantic to the Green Coast, there are engraved a white dog carrying a scroll in its mouth as a sign of peace. And below said vessel lie a plow and shovel, symbolizing the dignity of labor. Yes, truly, these work tools symbolize that through our hard sweat and done efforts, we'll build a glorious land of liberty for all. But nowhere within the shield of your noble seal reflects the presence of natives the pioneers met when they landed on Providence or Bushmore Island. How do we resolve this? For indeed, genuine peace, liberty, and rule of law do come through the process of inclusion. It comes through the celebration of our diversity as a people. When you and I can be equally represented at all times in peace as constituents of Africa's oldest republic, represented by the bright morning rising sun from the east, along with the versatile palm tree inscribed in your great coat of arms 168 years ago. Yes, Liberia, our sweet land of liberty, you shall forever be the shining lone star of Africa. The shining lone star that illumined the starlit nights of Mother Africa over a century ago, and that dared to tread where angels fear to dare. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Baba. What a rich history. Liberia is blessed with a lot of artists, a lot of historians. We'll celebrate ourselves now. We'll have music while they prepare themselves for the stage.